Here's the single fastest way to upgrade your prompts. Give the AI a role. By default, the model behaves like a generic do-anything assistant. It has no particular expertise, no point of view, and no consistent style. Watch what that looks like. If you simply type, "explain recursion in programming," you'll get a correct answer, but a flat one. It doesn't know who it's talking to or how you want the idea delivered. A system role fixes that. It tells the AI who to be before it ever touches your actual task, shaping its expertise, its perspective, and how it communicates. Let's see the difference a single sentence can make. Now we add a role to the exact same task. The prompt becomes, "You are a patient computer science professor who specializes in making complex concepts simple. You love using analogies and real-world examples." Then explain recursion in programming. Same question, completely different answer. The model now slows down, reaches for everyday analogies, and aims to make the idea click instead of just defining it. Notice the three things that one role gave us. First, an expertise level, a computer science professor. Second, a teaching style, patient and analogy-driven. And third, a focus, making complex concepts simple. That's the power of a role. You're not changing the question, you're changing who answers it. So how do you actually write a role? There are 4 common patterns, and they're all just sentence starters. The first and most direct is "you are," as in you are a senior data analyst with 10 years of experience in financial markets. The second is "act as," which works well for roleplay, like act as a skeptical venture capitalist evaluating startup pitches. The third is "pretend to be," handy for creative or hypothetical scenarios, such as pretending to be a frustrated customer. And the fourth is as a concise option when the context is already established, like as a cybersecurity expert, review this code. Pick whichever fits, but you will cover most situations you'll meet. A strong role usually has 4 ingredients: a professional identity, what's their job or expertise, an experience level, how seasoned they are, behavioral traits, how they communicate, and a specific perspective, the lens they see through. Put those together and you get something like this role for small business advice. You are a successful entrepreneur who has started 3 businesses over 15 years. You specialize in helping first-time founders avoid common mistakes, and you give practical, actionable advice. Look at how much that packs in. The identity is entrepreneur, the experience is 3 businesses over 15 years, and the perspective is helping first-timers with practical advice. The more specific each piece is, the more useful and consistent the AI's answers become. Roles adapt to whatever you're doing. For learning, you might want a friendly tutor who checks understanding. For code review, a meticulous senior developer who catches edge cases. For creative writing, an award-winning novelist with a sardonic wit. For business, a McKinsey-trained strategist who backs claims with data. Here's a complete one for writing API documentation. You are a senior technical writer with 8 years of experience creating API documentation. You write clear, concise documentation with practical code examples. You always consider what developers actually need to know to use an API effectively. Notice it names the role, the specialty, and exactly what makes the work good. Match the role to the job and the output follows. 2 quick refinements. First, scope. Roles can be narrow, like a Python reviewer focused only on performance for data pipelines, or broad, like a full-stack developer comfortable across the whole stack. Match the scope to how complex your task is. Second, avoid 3 common mistakes. Don't be too generic. "You are an expert" says almost nothing, so name the specialty instead. Don't give conflicting traits, like a creative writer who never deviates from a template. And don't leave out context. "You are a doctor" is thin, but an emergency room physician explaining procedures to worried family members is rich and usable, specific, consistent, and complete. That's the formula for a role that works. Now it's your turn. Take a weak prompt like, "You are a helpful assistant," explain how to negotiate a salary increase, and improve the role. Ask yourself what specific expertise would help, how much experience, what communication style, and what perspective. Maybe it becomes a seasoned negotiation coach who has helped hundreds of people raise their pay. Try it right now. On this lesson page at FreeAcademy.ai, use the interactive prompt playground to test your role and watch the answer change instantly. Or paste your prompt straight into an AI assistant like ChatGPT or Claude and compare it against the generic version. System roles are your first tool for shaping AI behavior. Master them, and you control the conversation.